Tax Deed Mentor here. Today we're at 4059 Enchanted Sun. This is going up for the auction this upcoming Tuesday here in Bexar County. So I'm going to do an inspection here of the outside, get a good idea of what this is going to cost to get it back up. But the first thing I do is I want to go knock on the door, see if anybody's home. What I do here is I want to take a look at the exterior. So this house has vinyl siding on it. Vinyl siding with aluminum capping or cladding on all the trims. These are good. Really all this needs is just a good washing and it'll look brand new. So I like that on the exterior. Take a look at the gutters next. Probably need replacing of some of these gutters. They look bent and beat up. I take a look at the windows, right? And I can even get a good idea of what the inside's gonna be as well. But then I'll look at other things like front door. Are we gonna need a new front door? If you're gonna sell the home, yep, I recommend replacing the front door because that is curb appeal and eye catching. Same thing with the garage door. Seems like it's in decent shape, but maybe we had a pretty one with some windows, low cost, but really gives it the curb appeal that we want if we're gonna sell the home. If you're gonna keep it as a rental, that's good enough. That's good enough. Looking on the side of the home, as you can see, this just needs a good washing. Need to replace a little panel there, but super cheap to get this exterior looking good. Again, here we have an aluminum patio cover. Go look over here. This is the next thing that I want to make sure that's on the properties. I want to make sure that this electrical meter is still here and we are tied in to electrical, because if this was removed and not there, I'm going to need a new electrical inspection and everything's going to be have to be up to code in order to get the power back on, and that just delays everything and adds cost. So here when we look at this this screen room enclosure, it's going to need a door. Obviously they kicked out and broke some of these windows, but it looks like they're there. We can probably just reinstall those, replace the glass, and then our screen room is back. See, here is the rest of the home. There's the back of the home. So you've had a window break in here, so you probably got either kids or vagrants or, you know, homeless folks maybe getting in there and sleeping there. So we have to replace a window there. But the other ones look okay. If you're gonna keep the home, we can probably just repair the glass and then we got it fine as a rental. If you're going to want to sell the home, we may consider replacing these with new energy efficient, brand new double pane, low E, argon gas, nice windows to give it energy efficiency, but curb appeal as well too. It's going to need a new roof. This one's pretty beat up, but it's not a big home, so we shouldn't expect too much cost there. I'm going to want to look at the foundation. When I look at the foundation, this is slab. This is a slab foundation. I want to go along the perimeter and I'm going to just inspect the perimeter and I'm going to look for any major cracks, right? Or any pieces missing, any of the broken concrete. Pretty straight in the back. I don't see any cracks there. But I'll do a full perimeter walk of this. I have our HVAC system there. Who knows if it's working or not? It's one of the unknowns usually when it comes to tax deeds, is that HVAC system. There you go. I'm able to peek in one of the bedrooms. We got some mold and it looks like there's a leak happening there. So I only have some drywall repairs in here, but other than that, all the walls, when I'm able to look at all the rooms, look pretty good, other than the exception of that one. We do have a decent sized backyard. I like it. High fences, no privacy fence, but a high 6-foot fence, but a big yard. I always like that on houses, especially ones you're going to sell, because that's appealing to families, appealing to people when you have a nice sized backyard. This mowing is definitely going to need to happen there. Some trash out here, so usually you have some type of cleanup, whether it's stuff in the inside or stuff on the outside. This isn't too bad though, compared to some of the other properties I've picked up over the years where we had full clean outs of interiors, which, you know, just takes time, energy, more labor, and then you got to get some dump fees for stuff depending on how much is in there. Other than that, here we are. I know we need a roof, but I don't know much about the decking. I didn't bring my ladder with me today, but I did bring this bad boy. So we'll send this guy up, and he'll be able to give me a pretty good idea of what's going on up there. And the last and final thing I will do when coming out looking at properties is I will drive up and down the street that the home is on and the neighborhood. I want to see if this is a neighborhood that someone would want to live in, right? So as I drove down that street, I saw maybe like 6 homes that were just very rough, not taken care of, whole bunch of junk out in the yard. As I'm driving through the neighborhood now, I see a couple nice homes, but I see a lot of homes that just aren't taken care of. And I don't think this is a neighborhood that I would want to live in, or someone else would want to buy a home in this neighborhood. Now, that doesn't mean it won't be a good rental property. This property would probably be an ideal rental property, but this one isn't one that you would buy and then fix and then flip it. Just because I don't think the neighborhood's that attractive. And like I said, I wouldn't want to put my family here. I wouldn't want to live here, but sometimes folks rent, and it'd be an ideal for a rental. So ultimately, when I look at this property, I think about what we're going to do with it. Are we going to bid on it? Probably not. Probably not. This one will just get passed up. We'll let somebody else have it, and maybe they're planning on keeping it as a rental. But great rental property, I think. Good rental property, but not a good fix and flip property. I don't like the neighborhood. I don't like the area. The houses around there are not well maintained. It looks like just looks a little rough, and like I said, it's not somewhere I'd want to. If you'd like to know how I do this as far as looking up the back taxes, looking up the liens, researching the properties, doing the due diligence on all this, and the whole process on how tax deed auctions work, you can find all that information at taxdeedmentor.com. It's all included in an online course that you have access to for life, and right now we have that course discounted to $247.